Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce your second gubernatorial candidate, Erik Rauterkus.
How are you guys? You guys good? Okay, so let's start right away with questions.
Stop talking, please. Okay, all the way. Right there. Yeah.
What is one mistake you made in YAG and how would you have done it better?
Yeah, definitely. The question was, what was one mistake I made in YAG and how could I have done it better? So I think one thing that I've done a couple times now is I've supported bills just because they're my friend in a sense, and I really tried not to do that this year. So this year I looked more at really how good the bill is and what the bill accomplishes, and really don't care if they're my friend, don't care if they're not my friend. I mean, everyone here is my friend, but look way past the name and the sponsor and the delegation and look into the bill. So I think that's a mistake I've made, but I've really tried to work on this year.
What is an example of how you're completely devoted to this program?
So this is a good question. The question is, what's an example of how I'm completely devoted to this program? One personal story for me was on Tuesday night. I'm a big bike racer actually, and like road cycling. And I got in a really bad crash on Tuesday night and was taken to the ER. And I couldn't walk Wednesday morning, and within 24 hours of being here. And the first thought that popped in my head once everything was done in the ER was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to go to YAG. And it's not about running for governor this year. It's just about not being able to go and having this great experience, meeting so many new people, which I have, making so many new friends, helping out all the delegations. So I think that's an example when I was pretty committed. Like that was the first thing I thought of. And I was practicing Wednesday. I was like practicing so many different ways to walk upstairs to try to keep up with like people so I could talk to them. But yeah.
During the initial gubernatorial speeches, you talked about a program you wanted to implement called YAG 365. I've talked to a number of people who are a little bit confused about how that works. Could you clarify that, please?
Yeah, definitely. The question was, did I clarify the program I talked about called YAG 365, which I talked about in my opening speech. I think this really great opportunity we have, and I think it's kind of bringing YAG into the 21st century. It's creating apps for Android phones and iPhones and tablets. I mean, I know not all of you have it, but I think slowly we're progressing to an age where everyone will start having stuff like that. And if we can create those kind of apps with take away less paper, use Billbook on our phone, all that kind of stuff, and to bring YAG into the 21st century would be great. And it's just about this total sense of community. I see this great divide between East and West, and between varsity members, kind of, and new members. And this YAG 365, and I think I've shown my commitment to that this weekend. My delegation now is such great friends now with the Hershey delegation, with East Shore delegation. Those guys, like, and that East-West bond that I think we need more of, and I think we'll see under my governorship.
In high school, what else have you joined that you think has given you skills that would help you as governor, and what would these skills be?
Okay, so what else have I done in high school that has given me skills to help me be governor? So this is now my second year being captain of our varsity swim team, and I think that's one thing, being captain of the team. I helped them win a city championship one year, and so that's one major thing. I'm also involved with stuff like Model UN, just tons of clubs, and really just getting involved in a lot of school programs, and all my experiences through YAG. I think that's what really made me the best in this position now, just what I've gone through YAG.
What is your opinion on YGA?
What's my opinion on YGA? Question? That's a great question, and I love YGA. Sadly, I never had an opportunity to be in YGA, but when I talk about that disconnect between the varsity 4-year, 6-year, 7-year members and the first-year kind of freshman members, I think YGA is the opportunity, and that's the place where we bridge that gap. Where members like you guys coming out, and it's now your freshman year for a lot of you next year, And you can be the bridge between those varsity members who all want to be friends with freshmen, but sometimes I think just don't. And I think that's with the YAG 365, I think that's what we create.